again, this is Miss Israel coming at you from Einstein High School. We're going to do the last question in Unit 1, Topic 2 from our Algebra exam review packet, and that is question 14. Kendall has $88 in her piggy bank. She loves Young Teen magazine and starts spending $3.75 per week to buy it. How much money will she have left after 5 weeks of buying the magazine? All right, let's go back to the question. I'm going to circle my important information. You've seen that I like to do that. So we have $88 in the bank. It would help if I'm on the pen. And she's going to spend $3.75 per week to buy it. That word per is very important. That's where our variable is going to go. So we have a starting point here with $88. There's our start. And then we have another expression that represents how much each magazine is going to cost. So in order to answer question A, let's come up with an expression using those numbers. All right, so she has $88 in her bank account. And, again, there's that word and, starts spending $3.75 per week to buy it. Now, here's the thing. That word and, in this case, she's spending that money. So what's really going to happen here is she's losing money from her bank account, right? When we spend money, it goes down. So this is actually going to be a case where that is a negative number. It's going to be $3.75 per week. So there's our expression. And we want to know how much she's going to have after 5 weeks. So we're going to go ahead and substitute that $5, 5 weeks into our expression. 88 minus $3.75. I'm going to use parentheses to show that I'm substituting that 5 into our expression. And now we're just going to need to simplify that. I'm actually going to pull out my calculator here. There we go. All right, so we have $88 minus $3.75 times 5. Well, I'm not sure what that is on the top of my head, so let's figure that out. So I'm going to do 3.75 or $3.75 times 5. That's going to give us a value of $18.75, and now I can subtract 88 minus $18.75 is going to give us $69.25. And because this is a word problem, I'm going to say that Kendall will have $69.25 left in her account. All right, let's look at B. Kendall needs to make sure that she has at least $25 left in her piggy bank to buy a present for her sister's birthday. Let W represent the number of weeks that she has bought Young Teen magazine. Write an inequality and solve it to determine the number of weeks that Kendall can buy Young Teen magazine and still have enough money left to buy her sister a birthday present. Oh, that's sweet of her. Okay, so let's go back to the question. We know that she wants at least $25 left in her bank account. Let's really think about what at least means. My favorite analogy is you have to be at least this tall to ride a roller coaster, so we know that that means I have to be a certain height, but I'm also allowed to be taller than that height. In this case, she wants at least $25 to buy her sister a birthday present, but it wouldn't be a bad thing to have even more money than that. So the inequality we are looking for here is greater than or equal to $25. At least is a big one. We got to know that one. All right. We already have a great expression that we came up with in our last question here, question A, part A. So let's use that expression and just finish off our inequality with that greater than or equal to 25. So I'm going to rewrite that. We have $88 minus $3.75 per week, and we want to know that she needs at least $25 in her account. Okay. So we're going to solve our inequality to determine the number of weeks that Kendall can buy Young Teen Magazine before she runs out of money, before she has not enough money to buy her sister a birthday present. Okay, ooh, I forgot my W. Okay, so let's solve that. I have a two-step inequality. The first thing I'm going to do here is get rid of my constant here, $88. Using the subtraction property of equality, I'm going to subtract 88 from both sides. And I'm going to cheat here and use my calculator again. Oops, let's see, I have 25 minus 88, which is going to give us negative $63, which is a little weird, but that negative is going to work out. Now, here's the big mistake that people make. That is a negative 375 per week. So we have to make sure we bring that minus down with us. And on the right side, we have negative $63. So we're at a one-step equation. I have to get rid of that negative 375 using our division property of equality. So I'm going to divide by $3.75. Negative $3.75. And let's see what we're left with. That's going to be 63. Negative 63 divided by negative 3.75. And we're left with W and 16.8. And again, we divided by a negative. And what's that rule again? That's right, we have to flip the sign. So it's actually going to be W is less than or equal to 16.8, which really makes sense if you think about it. We have to limit the number of weeks that she's buying her magazine. So it really does make sense that we switch up here. We're left with the amount of weeks that she can spend money on her magazine is less than or equal to 16.8. Let's put that into a sentence and word problems. Let's answer it in words. Kendall can buy Young Teen Magazine for a maximum of 16 weeks to have at least $25 for her sister's present. What you may have noticed there is I changed our value to 16. I rounded down. Typically when we're dealing with something like weeks, we're going to round because we don't know exactly how many weeks that 16.8 is, and she can't buy a partial magazine, so we can't buy a magazine for 0.8 of a week. That doesn't really make any sense. So I did round down to 16. Why round down? Well, we know that our value had to be less than or equal to 16.8. So if we rounded up to 17, that would actually be greater than, and we wouldn't have enough money left for her sister's birthday present. So again, that's our solution. W is less than or equal to 16 weeks.